Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and the one of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm just going to go into a quick lesson about that you can't put new wine into old bottles. The first precept I'm going to start with is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 1. Wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beasts. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table. She hath sent forth her maidens. She crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn and hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she said to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. And this wine is talking about this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the only ones who are going to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the 100%, is going to be the elect men of Israel. Verse 6. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth a scorner giveth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man giveth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee, and rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. And a scorner is will be one that doesn't want to hearken, one that doesn't want to listen. Instead, he keeps scoffing. This truth is not meant for these 2/3. You can't force this truth on somebody. But all we hopeful elect can do is just keep prophesying this word, and Lord willing that the hopeful elect that are going to be, well, either way, the hopeful elect are going to be called in, and ultimately they will hearken to this word of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and get right. But a 2/3, this truth is not meant for these 2/3 to get. Verse 8, Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And hearkening to this truth, it's you fearing the Lord, and you doing what the Lord has commanded you to do, is to prophesy this word. That's the fear of the Lord, doing His will. And if not, you're going to be cut off. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. And a wise man will hear, and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. And only the elect are going to hearken to this word. They will increase in learning. To understand a proverb and the interpretations of the words of the wise and their dark sayings, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. but the fools despise wisdom and instruction. And the reason why two-thirds of Israel despise wisdom and instruction is because this truth isn't meant for them. And I'm going to bring out Luke chapter 5, verse 36. And he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a piece of a new garment upon an old. If otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and a piece that was taken out of the new agreeth not with the old. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the wine will burst the bottles, and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish. And yeah, just like with this parable, it says right here about the new cloth, put in a piece of a new garment upon an old. If otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent. You know, you can't put an old piece of no, you can't put a new piece of a garment upon an old, otherwise it would tear up easily. You know, same thing around with these two-thirds who can't get this truth. You know, you can't force this truth on them. You know, if they can't get it, you know, just leave them alone. Verse 37, and no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottle. Else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish. And these old bottles is speaking about the two-thirds of Israel. And again, yeah, the new wine is talking about this truth. Verse 38, but the new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved. And the new bottles is the elect, and they're the ones that are going to be able to get this truth and be saved. No man also have drunk old wine straight away desireth new, for he said the old is better. And you know, for an example, you have Christians that preferably go by their Christianity religion, and they don't want to take in this wine. They don't want to take in this truth because it affects them. You know, you have those Christian entity people who would rather stick on calling upon these false names, and you know they just can't accept the fact that that the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. You know, instead, you know, you have these people who desire the old wine. They'd rather call upon these false names such as Jehovah or Jesus and all this other crap, which those false names are not even going to deliver them in the time of Jacob's trouble. Matthew chapter 9 verse 16. No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. You know, you can't put this truth this new cloth onto the old garment, which the old garment is speaking about these 2/3, because they, yet again, this truth is just not meant for these 2/3 to get. Verse 17. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. And the new wine and the old and the new bottles that are going to be preserved is speaking about the elect, because they're going to be ones taking heed. Only the elect can receive this truth. One more precept. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 8. According as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And the Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has given these 2/3 the spirit of slumber, and eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear. That's because that's the way how the Lord wants it to be. You can't force this truth on anybody, but you just you have to do the Lord's will. Prophesy this word unto the Lord's sheep, and we just gotta wait for the rest of the elect to get called up. But that was it to that lesson. Hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and Shalom.